Let's start.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the fourth virtual meeting of Dream Viewers Toastmasters Club. I'm the acting surgeon at arms on behalf of Sandeep, who has actually conveyed his regards to each and every one. He couldn't make it due to some personal commitments. And allow me to start the address or probably the meeting with basic house rules. One, it's a virtual meeting. So I would like you all to be relaxed and at the comfort of your homes. The smile should be constant because that's the only thing which we all can see. The second thing is actually if you have logged in from a mobile, please try to make sure it's on flight mode. Otherwise, if there's any call comes in, then you might lose the meeting and then probably have to re-log in again. Point number 3, in case of any emergency, we don't need to worry about any emergency exits or something. You're all at your place, so just leave and then run. The washrooms, you all know better than me where the washrooms are located. So you can take care of that when the nature calls. And with that, let me read out the mission statement of Toastmasters. Please read out with me. Just give me 1 second, please. Just give me 1 second.
Sure.
Yeah. So please read out the mission statement after me, the club mission statement. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication as well as leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. With this, allow me to start the meeting. Sebastian, who is the president of Dream Viewers, is not available today due to work commitments. So allow me to be the acting president, and I'll do a small briefing on behalf of Sebastian. In Sebastian's words, the new normal, we are all getting used to the new normal. And as each and every one would have your own story of how you are coping with the situation around you, I would urge that each one of you to stay strong and believe in yourself. Toastmasters is a journey which we all have volunteered into, because this is one area which gives us an amazing confidence and also an opportunity to build up skills, especially at a time where everything around us is negative. So on that note, let us stay positive. This is the only message I'd like to convey on behalf of our president, Toastmaster Sebastian. And also, let me welcome all the members who have actually taken out time, and also the guests who have taken out time for our meeting. This is the 12th meeting for Dream Viewers and the 4th virtual meeting. It's not possible without the commitment and the enthusiasm of all the members. Allow me to also thank some people who have been responsible for fixing today's meeting. That's starting from our area director, Toastmaster Alan Paul. Then the team from our mother club, Desert Pioneers Toastmasters Club, starting with right from the top of the screen, Toastmaster Sham Sundar, Toastmaster Alina Paul, Toastmaster Shiraz, Toastmaster Sairam, and then the members from Aura Toastmasters Club, our admin manager, District 20 admin manager, DTM Shilpa Reddy, our member from Aura Toastmasters, Toastmaster Roni Raj Shekhar, and also the president of Sims Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Burmi. I welcome you all wholeheartedly to our meeting, and I would request you all to stay back, relax, enjoy the proceedings, because what we have done is to keep you occupied and engaged. We have actually requested someone to be the TMOD. This gentleman is actually well known within Toastmasters circle, and we all love to see him on the stage and now on the virtual stage. He is here to actually give us more inputs on what he does the best. That's humor. So allow me to welcome the member who has been in limelight, the Area 30 Director and a Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Alan Paul. Round of applause, please.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Before I begin, I would like to request Rajesh to help out our timer, Toastmaster Hardik. Have a call with him and see that his audio is set up. Is that okay for you? All right, great. Hi, everyone, and welcome to another exciting meeting of Dreamweavers Toastmasters Club. My name is Alan Paul, and I am the Toastmaster of the day today. On the request of our members who would like to add humor into their speeches, our theme today will be based on how to add humor into our speeches. Theme is the journey of a joke. Now let's get straight away into the core pillars of what we need to do when we are writing a humorous speech. What do we do when we write a humorous speech? Now, I would not be explaining over here just by myself and you guys can drift off to sleep. No, that is not how I like this session to be. I would like you all to unmute, show yourself, and be more responsive to whatever I'm saying. Yes, Keon, Varghese, I'm looking at all you people. Unmute yourself and be responsive to whatever I'm saying so that we can learn about this together. All right? Is it good? I want to hear.
Done.
Yes. Okay, great. So the two pillars of humor, the first one is the content. You all will have different content. You all will write your speech, right? That speech is known as the content. And once you have your speech ready, the second pillar, what you need to look into is the delivery. How exactly are you going to deliver the speech? How exactly are you going to work on making an impact with the crowd? So these are the two core pillars of having a humorous speech. Now I'm going to take you, we are going to have a drill down of how to add humor into our content as well as work on the delivery part during our session, during our meeting today. All right? So how do you pick a topic for your speech? Varghese, how do you pick a topic for your speech?
It's based on my life experience.
On your life experience. That's why you had the speech 80, right? That was a great.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Yeah.
So it can be an incident that had happened in your life. All right, Keon, if you were to talk about a humorous speech, what would you talk about?
I would talk about quarantine.
Okay, that is also another incident. Okay, and Sham, what about you? If you are going to speak about a humorous speech, what about you? What would you speak about?
Probably I'll take any news item that is coming in the newspapers on a daily basis.
So these are all incidences, right? So it's a great, it's a great topic for a speech, right? The other thing is you can talk about a person. Now, what I have seen, especially in Toastmasters, is people love to speak about their spouse. It's like Toastmasters is a platform for them to come and take revenge on their spouses for whatever they did. I think Rohini will agree. I've seen her division contest speech, right, Rohini?
I totally agree because it's not whether he spoke about me or not. What I did was I spoke about everyone.
Yeah.
So I had a chance to get back at him.
I get back the revenge. I like that. My sister is also here. Alina is here. So you know that she's usually the source of all my jokes. I take revenge on her. She can't take revenge on me because I'm the elder sibling. She can't do that. Hopefully. And the third thing that you can do for taking a topic is the environment, right? Now, somebody talked about Corona, or if you're going to some place, say, for example, I went to the gym and I had a humorous speech based on the environment of the gym, how it is. I even spoke about my honeymoon, going into the jungle. It was quite funny and entertaining for everyone. So these are the ways how you can take different topics for your speech. And once you have the topic, we can work on the content. Have a script ready. Usually, a story works best for a humorous speech. If you have any story in mind, write that down, put everything down, and then we can work on the content part of it. That is, all these things that are listed over here, all these things can be. I'll get more into that in detail in the upcoming sessions. All right. What happens in a content is usually we have a joke premise. Okay. Premise is the joke, then the setup for the joke, and then we have the punchline. Now, just to give you an example, this is all theory. I know you guys might have got lost, but let's get into some examples. Joke premise: my wife can get crazy during the shopping season. Now, this is a joke premise. All right. Now we need to have a setup. How do we have a setup for this? She once, while shopping, this is a real incident, she saw a netted veil that British people usually wear for their husband's funeral. And she has this habit of taking unnecessary items from everywhere. H&M is her favorite. So she said, I want this netted veil. That is the setup of the joke. So I was asking her why. Why would you need a netted veil that people usually wear for their husband's funeral? So she said, I don't know. I may need it. So that is the punchline of the joke. Now, sometimes if you see humorous speeches, the explanation can be a little lengthy. So the punchline may not be as effective. So if you're keeping shorter punchlines, shorter stories, that would be more effective. And that is usually done in stand-up comedies. Just to give you an example, relationships are hard. For example, take my wife. Now, what do you think the punchline can be here? Can anyone say this? Does anyone know? Relationships are hard. For example, take my wife, please. So it is just short and sweet. All right. Now, this is just the content part of it. We will work more on the other aspects that we had discussed in the throughout the meeting. Now, before we call upon our speakers, I would like to highlight the role players who are going to help us today for this meeting. VP Education Rajesh, is our timer ready?
Hey, now the timer has some issues, connectivity. So Alina would be the timer.
I see. So Alina will be the timer. Okay. Alina,
yeah,
you're going to explain the timing only. Okay. No other jokes.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters.
Good evening.
Guests and my brother. I am the timer for today. And as the timer, I will be keeping track of the timing and signaling each speaker that comes upon the screen today. For the prepared speeches, can I have an agenda? If it's okay. For the prepared speeches, if it's 5 to 7 minutes, at 5 I will raise the green card, at 6 I will raise the yellow card, and at 7 I will raise the red card. Okay, there are some technical glitches, ignore that for now. And for the evaluation, similarly, it is 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will raise the green. At 2 minutes 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow. And at 3 minutes, I will raise the red. And it will remain raised until the end of the speech. And for table topics, it is 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will raise the green. At 1 minute 30 seconds, the yellow. And at 2 minutes, the red. I hope that's clear.
Yes,
and back to you, Tio Modi.
Thank you, Alina, for taking up the role spontaneously. With that being said, I had something prepared for our actual timer, Hardik. Toastmaster Hardik is the first person in Dreamweavers Club to complete a level. The first educational award goes to Toastmaster Hardik. So a huge round of applause for him. This shows the drastic amount of improvement that our club, that our members are having. With that being said, it is not just in Toastmasters that he has had accomplishments. Even at his workplace, uh, he he had a meeting with around 20 people in a room. In usual circumstances, he's usually afraid to speak. But on that day, because of Toastmasters, he was able to speak and give a report to his colleagues as well as his managers. So great going, Toastmaster Hardik, and congratulations once again. We look forward to your continuous growth. And I would also like to recognize our Club Growth Director, DTM Alka, who is here with us for our meeting. Thank you, DTM Alka, for joining us.
Hi, my pleasure to be here.
Great.
I wanted to listen to your workshop, especially.
Oh,
Great going on.
wow, welcome. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Now, our second role player will be keeping track of the ahs and the ums. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome one of the most proactive Toastmasters that I'm seeing. He just joined 2 months back and he is everywhere, taking up different roles, growing, educating himself a lot. So, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Toastmaster Shyam Sundar.
Thank you.
Yes, Shyam, can you please explain the role?
Oh, yes, please. Good evening, Toastmaster Alan Paul, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My name is Shyam, and I'm your R counter today. I will be catching and counting C or PF in your speech. C stands for clutch words like R stands for repeat words, P stands for pauses, long pauses, and F stands for filler, words like but and you know, these kind of words. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used these expressions. Thank you so much. Toastmaster Alpha, back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shyam. We'll be having your reports by the end of this meeting. Our third role player, also quite spontaneous and came right on time to help us. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome an area champion and a division contestant and upcoming future champion, Toastmaster Rohini Rajashekar.
Good evening, all of you. Good evening. It's actually spontaneous, as Toastmaster Adam said, because I never sleep in that. Today, I was not only sleeping, I was having a dream, right? And suddenly I was awoken from the dream and said, you have to join for the meeting for dream weavers. Wow, what more I can ask for? I said, I'm ready to join. Then she said, no, you take up the grammarian role.
No.
So, yes. So, and also maybe thinking that, okay, humor. And then I thought, okay, what's the topic? And she said, it is the theme of the is joke. What is journey of a joke is the theme. Wow, I liked it so much. So I thought what I can do. So as a grammarian, now my role today is to make note of all the good words being used according to the theme. And before going on, I'll give the word of the day. I have come up with this word, banter. Banter is a word which is used as a noun as well as a verb. So I'll give you in a sentence, and the other synonyms of banter is joke, jest, repartee, quip. There are so many words, but I'll be looking for the word banter. How many times it is used? That is a word of the day. How can you use it in sentences? I like a bit of banter myself because I think I have a good sense of humor. And I missed the banter this time during the competitions, right? Because when you are speaking in front of the audience, you have all those things. I missed all this exchange, remarks in a very good humored and humorous way. That is the meaning of the word banter, exchanging remarks in a good humored way, which we all missed out in the contest. But we are not going to miss it out today. So I will make sure that you all use that. I'll make note of the good usage of words as well as it is not going to occur. If it may occur, the usage, how it can be corrected, and the unique grammar usage also. Teaching grammar in school, I think I'll become a teacher now. More. Thank you so much. This is my role today. I'll give my report at the end of the meeting.
Thank you. Thank you, Rohini. Master Rohini. Now,
Thank you.
our next role player is quite an important person. He was the PR champion. He's currently the PR champion of District 20. And he is also the assistant club growth, assistant division director for club growth. Yeah, he has a division post. He's a very remarkable person. He's quite entertaining for us and always ready to help us no matter what. He, as part of the club growth team, he has been helping us to get sponsors and getting leads for new clubs as well. And at the same time, he may have a very important role for our parent club in the upcoming few months. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Toastmaster Sairam.
Thank you, Tia Modi. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Once again, thank you so much, Tia Modi, for the wonderful introduction. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. First of all, Ramadan Kareem to all of you. My name is Toastmaster Sairam, and I will be your general evaluator for this evening. In everyone's life, there will be a space to improve ourselves, isn't it?
Yes.
Similarly, we Toastmasters are also having that kind of privilege to improve. Nothing but evaluation. I have a small team of evaluators to give a positive notes to all of the speakers. And also I will give the whole overall evaluation at the end of the meeting. And the evaluators for the prepared speech section will be introduced by the Toastmaster of the day at the time of speaking section. And some other role players are there, already introduced by Toastmaster of the day. And now I will hand over the podium to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Ellen. Over to you.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Looking forward to your wonderful report. And now for our first segment. Yes, Toastmaster Rohini, the grammarian.
Yeah. 1 minute. I just wanted to tell. I have typed out the word there, and also it's so that everyone can note down what is the word of the day. Okay. Because when I said maybe it was not, so I know to encourage them to use it more. I just typed out. Thank you.
Great.
In a chat, I typed.
Banter. BANTER.
Yes.
Can I say something right now?
Yes, General Evaluator.
Yeah, Toastmaster Rohini, if there is any chance for you, just type the word in Word and use it as a virtual background on your display.
That can be
possible.
Complicated right now. We'll work on those later.
Okay.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Now that brings us.
No, can you see that on the chat, all of you?
You can all see that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Great. So let's begin our first segment, the speech segment. For our first speaker, now how do I say? We have different power couples in Toastmasters. We have Rajashekar and Rohini, we have Rajesh and Subha, we have Kejitan and Priscilla. We have different power couples in Toastmasters. Now, in Dreamweavers, we have an upcoming couple too. We have a couple. And they are KL Reddy and Sri Lakshmi. Sri Lakshmi is our first speaker for today. Sri Lakshmi, are you able to see us? Can you please start your video?
Yes, I'm able to hear us, but I cannot, I can share the PPT, but the video cam is not working.
Video cam is not working.
This app is not working. I don't know what is the problem.
Okay, no issues.
So I will share the PPT, okay?
Okay, all right. Yeah, during these times of technical glitches, they do happen. But as long as you have a powerful voice and you have some mesmerizing slides, it is fine. And we are looking forward to your speech. Actually, Sri Lakshmi is a person who is ready to help at any time. I give her a call. I tell her, Sri, I need help with this and that. She's like, yes, tell me, what should I do? This is how she is. She is so proactive, and we love that about her. And her husband, KL Reddy, is a humorous person. Whenever he's there in the meeting, we all laugh and we all have a lot of fun. And we always love to include him in our meetings as well. So, KL
Thank you.
Reddy, can we have the project objectives for our speaker, Sri Lakshmi?
It is actually she's giving in a speech on the bringing up the water level up. I mean, like in the farming. So how the farmers can bring up their water levels high. There is a technique called Bungro technique. So she is going to explain how it works for the farmers, and we will see that at the end of the speech we can guess, and otherwise we can decide that really she gave the point which she wanted to.
Exactly. That's great. That's great to hear that. This is a research project. So she has done a lot of research and she's going to explain that here today. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome our first speaker, Toastmaster Sri Lakshmi Reddy. Over to you.
Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Yeah. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. It's long time I didn't give the speech. Yeah. Basically, everyone will say farmer is the backbone of India. Not only for India, but for all countries also. However, many farmers are facing numerous issues with water crisis, irrespective of rainfall. I again say that irrespective of rainfall. That means whether it is extreme rainfall or below average rainfall, in both situations, farmers are facing the water crisis during monsoon and summer seasons. Do you know why? Any guesses from anyone? Anyone can guess it.
Because water level is, the water is not storing, might be. The earth is not absorbing the water.
Yes, whatever the rainwater is present in the fields, it is simply diverting into the ocean without utilization. Because of which, during summertime, farmers are facing the issues. But more than 14,000 farmers have turned this issue and handled it very nicely. Within a year, they turned their barren land into the green landscape with fertile land. How they did it? Within 1 year, they applied any magic? Yes, they have applied a Bungrun magic. Bungrun, this is the latest water technology. Bungru is a Gujarati word which means hollow pipe. It is also known as water bank. The principle is simple to how our money bank works. When we deposit the money in the bank and we will withdraw it whenever we need it. Like that here also, we'll store all the rainwater and then withdraw it whenever we need. But it is not a borewell or simply a well in our backyard. It is something beyond that. I will explain you. It has a very simple construction. As shown in the figure, it has three main parts. The upper one, where the two arrow marks are green, red arrow marks are showing, it is nothing but the filtration chamber. In this chamber, two levels are present. One is sand and another is gravel. so that the rainwater will be filtered out in this chamber, and through this bungru, that means hollow pipe, it will just flow and restored in the recharge chamber, which is the main important one, water bank. From there, with the help of bore, we can extract the water and utilize for farming purpose. So for 3 seasons, we will have full-fledged water. Remember, it's for 10 days of rainwater is useful for 2 years with this technology. This is a World Bank awarded technology. But everyone will get a doubt. How we can save in the water in the chamber at the under, beneath the soil, and everywhere we can dig, or where we have to dig, or the center of the field, or at the corners, or at the out of the field, where? For this, 4 stages of research is required. To construct this bungru, it's simple, but some dedication and some research need to be done in the field. Basically, 4 stages are there. First stage is the exploration. In the exploration stage, experts detect whether the flat surface is present in the field or else upward, downward is present. Then after, in the second level, geophysical scanning. This is the most important stage and critical stage. In this, they use 2 methods. One is geo-penetrating radar and another one is geophysical scanner. With the help of ground-penetrating radar, they will judge water flow is in which direction within 4-kilometer radiation. Because the water direction should be benefitable to the farmer. They should go towards the pit, not outside of the farming land. So they check the direction of the water flow. Simple thing, this one. And second thing, with the help of geophysical scan, they will mark certain points by taking readings, 20 to 30 readings for every meter, and classifies whether it is a dry zone, wet zone, whether hard rocks are present, soft rocks are present. Beneath the soil are almost 1,500 feet. That is, through this scanning, experts can detect all the layers of the soil from the top of the field to the 1,500 meters feet. So that in this, they can judge where the chamber can be placed. They will not place it. It is naturally where the water can be accumulated. And after getting all these readings and all, the third stage is recharge chamber, that is water tank, where we can, through the pipe, we can recharge the chamber. Everything they will detect. And fourth is bore digging. After a chamber is constructed, then with the help of bore, they will extract the water. These are nothing but the 4 stages. It is a very simple technology and innovative one. Do you know the person who is behind it?
Who?
Anyone?
Who is it?
He is Mr. Bilal. His name is Bilal Paul. Actually, he is from IIT, Gujarat. First, he has constructed it, and later on, he has started providing the services through nairithaservices.com. If anyone farmer is, if any farmer is behind your surroundings, beside surroundings, please inform him. It will really help them out. I hope it is very useful to you all. Thank you, guys. Over to you, TM Modi Alan.
Thank you, Sri. That was very insightful. Huge round of applause to Toastmaster Sri Lakshmi, because I have a very important announcement to make. She just completed her level 1. Huge congratulations, Toastmaster Sri. Wow. Wish we could see you right now. Wow. Now, everyone, can you please give her feedback? Timer, please note we have 1 minute. Everyone, please type in your remarks to Toastmaster Sri Lakshmi. You send it to KLK ready. Okay. So before I introduce the next speaker, let's dig a little bit more into the content of humor. One of the first things, one of the most commonly used things for humor is exaggeration. Now, do you guys know what is exaggeration? I want you guys to unmute your mic here so that we can have an exchange instead of me just broadcasting the message over here. What is exaggeration?
Exaggeration, elaborating the things in above your
imagination way, right? In an unrealistic, exactly.
Unrealistic.
Beyond imagination.
Beyond imagination, yes. We know people in our lives who love to exaggerate, right? So,
brother.
I think somebody should mute my sister. Okay, so let's take some examples of exaggeration. I visited a small town last week. It was so small that the entry and exit signs were on the same pole. Now, it is not real. We all know it is not real, but it is funny, right? So that is where we use exaggeration. Another example is I became so fat that when I got on the weighing machine, it was showing my phone number. So it's not real, but
that is
it is getting realistic right now. I shouldn't joke about it. I should control my diet. Another example, I once went to a haunted house. Can anyone complete this? Would anyone like to complete this? I once went to a haunted house.
The ghost ran away seeing me.
Surprise, it's my house.
That was nice. Yes, Shiraz, what is that?
Surprise, it's my house.
Oh, great. I love that. Okay, so I once went to a haunted house and I came back with a job application. So, okay, I saw that you guys are really good at exaggerations. Keep doing that. I love this interactive session. All right. Now, how do we exaggerate? Let's get into the science behind exaggeration. Yes, there's my specs right here. Okay, I don't have my specs anyway. So what do? We have the source of the joke. Then we have an adjective that is the subject of the joke. And then we exaggerate that adjective. Now to get more into the practicals instead of the theory, source of the joke here is his nose. His nose, what is the adjective over here? His nose was so big. Now how do we exaggerate this? Can anyone come up with something? His nose was so big. Does anyone like to continue?
He's a very angry person.
No, but the adjective is big over here. So we can compare that adjective. We can exaggerate that adjective. So,
we hosted a Toastmasters meeting inside the nose.
What? Okay, Rajesh. Okay, well, that was nice. That was nice. So I would say it was so big that he has his own zip code. All right. So you guys understood the science behind an exaggeration, right? What you do is you have the source of the joke and the adjective, and then you exaggerate that adjective. Now, this depends entirely on your creativity. Now, let's go on to our second speaker. Before I call upon the second speaker is the Evaluator Sanjana here. Toastmaster Sanjana.
Hello, yes.
Sanjana. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Wait, Sanjana, I'll give you a call.
Okay.
Our next speaker is an upcoming superstar. He is going to be a great master of ceremonies one day, inspiring hundreds and thousands one day. Today, we are going to see his initial steps, how he is going to become that champion, that inspiring speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome our second speaker, Toastmaster Keon Matthias. Now, Keon, before you speak, I would like your evaluator to read out your project objectives. Toastmaster Sanjana, who is here to help us and who loves to evaluate. Toastmaster Sanjana, can we have his project objectives?
Excuse me, Alan.
Yes, Shiraz.
Alan, Kiran is my target speaker.
Ah, sorry about that. Sanjana, sorry, you are evaluating Toastmaster Varghese. Sorry about that. Shiraz, can you please read out the project objectives?
Okay. So my target speaker, Keon, he's supposed to make a speech, present a speech on any topic as he wish, and receive the feedback and apply the feedback on his next speech. So I like this type of speeches. He can speak any speech he likes, and he can make any amount of mistakes. His speech title is Contempting During Quarantine. Toastmaster Keon, Contempting During Quarantine. Over to you, Modi.
Thank you, Evaluator Shiraz. Ladies and gentlemen, a huge round of applause for our second speaker, Toastmaster Keon Matthias. Over to you, Keon.
Thank you, Toastmaster Alan. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
My topic for today is contemplating during the quarantine. Eleanor Roosevelt once quoted, "Somewhere along the lines of development, we discover what we really are, and then we make a decision for which we are responsible." With that quote in mind, can I share with you all one story?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
Once there was a mouse who came to a mystic because he was troubled by a cat. The mystic asked him, "What do you want?" The mouse answered, "The cat is chasing me. Please make me a cat." The mystic said, "So be it. You are a cat." The mouse became a cat. Sometime later, the mouse cat returned to the mystic with a complaint. "The dogs are chasing me. So what do you want?" said the mystic. "Please make me a dog." So saying a mystic mantra, the yogi turned the cat into a dog. In time, the mouse dog came back. "There is a lion. He's trying to eat me." The yogi asked, "Do you want me to make you a lion now?" "All right." So he said mantra and become a lion. So the mouse became a lion. As he sat beside the yogi, he started to lick his lips like this. And he said to himself, here's a good meal, he thought. The yogi, he understood that the lion, what was he thinking? What was the lion's intentions? So the yogi said to the mouse, to the lion mouse, "So you want to eat me?" The yogi asked. The lion just looked hungrily without uttering a word. So the yogi then thought to himself, and he suddenly changed the mouse lion back to the original mouse body. So what we have here in this story, see, we all have God-given knowledge, intelligence, acquired intelligence. We must use these intelligence to actually solve our current inconveniences of life. But when our intelligence turns against our creation, against the natural ways of things, against the laws that govern man, then again we become a mouse, because we make use of our intelligence in ways that only suffice us. Our endless consumerism, our enjoyment, creating demonic weapons to destroy our neighbors, to exploit the environment. This is what the mouse was doing. So if we once again, what I want to say is, if you do, once again, we'll become a mouse. If we do the same thing over and over again, like we have been destroying our planet in which we inhabit ourselves. So one day we will become a mouse. And going to see our current situation today, don't you think we are somewhat in that situation as a mouse? Because see, we have become, due to the situation of coronavirus, it's so relevant to today's situation that we have all become mouses. And recently I've seen some sayings that this is the year of 2020 is the year of rats, we can say, because we are in hiding. We only come out to get food for ourselves. We store the food we get into our house to eat for later, and we run away when people come out. So we run away. So our lives have become like a mouse. So what you can see behind me is the Himalayas, right? You can see the Himalayas right behind me. See, now that we are realizing that these things have been caused by us. So the pollution is decreased so much that when you come to my place here in Kuwait, if you can come to my balcony, you can actually see the Himalayas. So we have a choice in our hands, that we should choose to be responsible, given our intelligence and what we can do with it. We should do good. So that comes to the end. Thank you, Alan. Over to you.
Hi, thank you, Keon. Sorry, I didn't know I was unmuted when I was screaming Alina. I don't know where she disappeared, our timer. Thank you, Keon. Huge important news. Keon Matthias just completed his level 1. That's 2 people who completed their level 1. Huge congratulations, Keon. We love that. Thank you, Keon. 1 minute silence for the guest to give the feedback to Keon. Everyone knows how to. Keon Matthias, you can give him a feedback. Until then, can I see Alina's timer cards, please?
It wasn't working. Somebody switched off.
Ignore that. It's just communication between both of us. A friendly banter. So that concludes 1 minute. Now moving on. The next content that I would like to talk about that we can add to our speeches is pun. I'm sure if Toastmaster Varghese was, no, Toastmaster Sebastian was there here, He would love puns because that is one thing he's really good at. So what are puns? It focuses more on wordplay and uses words or phrases that has double meaning or sound similar, right? Now, can I have your mics unmuted, please, so that we can have an exchange over here? Keon, what are puns? They are words or meaning that has double meaning, right? So for example, I have a photographic memory. What can we say? What is similar over here? Or what can have a double meaning? First example I'll give it. Let's go on from the next one. I have a photographic memory, but I never developed it. You get the pun here?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Next one. I have been to the dentist many times. Who would like to take this? Dentist. I've been to the dentist many times. Okay, I'll say it. I know the drill. Got it. Okay. Next.
Okay.
He couldn't reach the meat on the top shelf. Any clues? Anyone would like to attempt this? Okay, so puns are not really anyone's strong suit, I believe. He couldn't reach the meat on the top shelf. He said the steak was too high.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay, so let's get into the theory behind a pun. How to use a pun. You find a word or an expression, just like what you saw. You saw an expression, right? And we find a different meaning for that word or expression or something that sounds familiar. And then we drive a new joke from that new word. To give you an example, now this one is a little more simpler. Kidnapping. This is a word. What sounds familiar to kidnapping or a different meaning for kidnapping? Anyone?
Child sleeping.
Child sleeping. Child sleeping? Anyone else wants to go?
Kidnapping while taking nap.
Yeah, so kidnapping, right? It sounds similar, right? Kidnapping, kidnap. Now, how do you derive a joke from this new word? There was a kidnapping in school yesterday. Don't worry, he woke up. You get it? Okay, so still not? Okay, then puns maybe not, but if you get it, yeah, that is how puns work. You find a word or an expression, you find a different meaning for the word or expression, and then you drive a new joke from this. All right? Don't worry, we'll go into another one, that is similes. Similes are something that we learned in school. I'm sure many must know this. It is about comparing two things in a weird way. That is how we get a joke out of it. So, example, colder than a metal toilet in metal toilet seat in Siberia. He got problems. Now, you can compare problems over here. What can you say? He got problems. He got more problems. Would anyone like to continue? What has a lot of problems?
He's in a soup.
Huh?
He's in a soup. He's in a soup.
Soup. He got more problems than a soup?
No, he's in a soup. When we say somebody's in a soup.
But he's got more problems being in a soup? No. What we can do is think of something that has a lot of problems. What is that?
He got a more problem while he married.
Oh, did
Than a
someone
maths teacher.
say? Okay, he got more problems than a maths book. You guys were really close. Okay, you guys are getting this. I'm happy to hear that.
Maths book.
So close.
Okay, you were close. Yes, you were close. So
No, we should be smart enough like you to guess it.
Yeah. So the theory behind similes is this: you find a description, all right, and you get an adjective that you want to find in this description, and then you use exaggeration or something funny that people can relate to. All right. Now let's go for a description. He ran fast. Now, what the adjective that you want to describe here is What do you want to describe over here? Guys, I would like a
The
response.
way he's running.
Yeah, so the adjective is running. You want to think about that is the you want to describe about he ran fast, like running, right? That is what you want to exaggerate. Now, how can you exaggerate running in this case? When you think about running fast, who can you think of?
Bolt.
Okay, Usain Bolt. Okay, now you know Usain Bolt. Now
Okay,
he runs
Bolt.
fast.
Yeah.
How can you add exaggerate?
Bullet.
Happen to the moment the markets open, everything will start working.
Yeah, so Usain Bolt on steroids can run more faster, right? Just an exaggeration. Usain Bolt on steroids. Now, how can an Usain Bolt on steroids run even faster? Think crazy. Get more crazier than that. Anyone?
He ran faster than a bullet out of a gun or something.
Bullet out of the gun. But
Oh, that's not humorous. Yeah.
even though that is correct, let's try to make it more funnier.
No, just leave a dogs behind him. So
I like that. I like that. Okay, ready. He ran as fast as Usain Bolt on steroids, chased by a lion. So here you're using exaggeration so that something people can always relate to. And this is how we use similes. You guys are getting it. I'm really happy to know that. All right, so moving on to our next speaker. Our next speaker was a contestant in the area contest, and he is Dreamweaver's humorous champion, currently serving as the treasurer of the club also. Now, before I call upon our third evaluator, I would like his evaluator, Toastmaster Sanjana, to read out the project objectives. Toastmaster Sanjana?
Yes.
Yes, please. Please read out the project objectives.
Yeah. Yes. Toastmasters of address embarking on presentation mastery level 1 project 3 researching and presenting. The purpose of the speech is to learn or review basic research methods and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic. And the title topic is awareness on COVID-19.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Sanjana. Toastmaster Sanjana also just recently completed her level 1, so she is the perfect person for evaluating this project. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome our third speaker, Toastmaster Varghese. Over to you, Toastmaster Varghese.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters.
Good evening.
We are going through a crisis of our generation. The confusion, the tension, the fear are everywhere. How long it will prolong? What is the impact after Corona? It got me one doubt. Is this kind of crisis affecting the world as a first time? I went to research. I came to know that there were many such kind of disaster affected the human rights. They overcame. Now that means we will overcome this crisis too. Since there is no medicine, the awareness is the only medicine what we can do for overcome this crisis. So about the coronavirus awareness, I know almost everyone know about it, but still we need to continue unless we overcome this. So I'm sharing my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see it clearly. Varghese?
Very good. So let's see, what is this corona, COVID-19? This COVID-19 is derived from the coronavirus diseases. It's invented in 2019. That is called COVID-19. The first two letters from each word. Coronavirus diseases 2019 become shortened COVID-19. And the WHO, World Health Organization, declared this as a pandemic. So we should know what is epidemic and what is pandemic. So for example, the epidemic is a disease that affects a large number of people within a community or a region. But the pandemic means a pandemic is an epidemic that spread multiple countries or continents. For example, this COVID-19 could have been an epidemic if it's controlled by Wuhan only, but it spread all over, become a pandemic. So I was just going through, this is the first pandemic which happened in the world. No, there are many, but I just noticed 5, the serious one, the critical one. First, for example, HIV/AIDS. It's killed almost 36 million people, wiped out since 1981, still continues. But yeah, it is controlled. And the flu pandemic, it's called Hong Kong flu. It's almost wipe out 1 million, and also 15% the percentage of population of the Hong Kong itself, it's wipe out. It is 1968, returned in 69, 70, 72. And the Asian flu, this is also started in China, then spread, it's killed almost 2 million people in the world. It is also 1950 to 1958. The flu pandemic, it's a Spanish flu. This is a very famous one. Almost killed 50 million people from the world. It started in United States, then spread all over the world, especially affected in the Europe more, I think. And it is 1918. But what is the specialty of this Spanish flu? It's after this followed by a Great Depression. It's almost 100 years now. So everyone is saying the corona become another Spanish flu because the Great Depression may come after this corona, the financial recession or another form. The other one, the Black Death. You know, Black Death is also bubonic plague. It's almost wipe out 80 to 200 million people from the world. This is originated from Asia, but it is spread all over the world through the rats, actually. It is on 1346 to 1353. And there are many others too, but I don't want to mention all. You can research later. I'm just quoting one word from Dr. Tedros from the WHO Director General. We cannot state this loudly enough or clearly enough or often enough. All the countries can still change the course of this pandemic. That means he still believes yet to come. That means there is still, it is not in the beginning stage. I think this is the beginning stage. We are waiting for it to come. So let's go to what is COVID-19 actually. The COVID-19 is the virus which is from the SARS family. We found and detected in 2019. History, actually, even though the new virus detected in 2019, but it is in many books is written that even the BC 10,000 the virus was detected. Like let's say there was in BC there was 4 stage was there: beta coronavirus, delta coronavirus, and gamma coronavirus, and alpha coronavirus. This was all in BC actually. So symptoms of COVID-19, this is more important. That see the high fever, tiredness, dry cough. These are the symptoms of COVID. Whatever medicine you consume, but your temperature will be 37.3 minimum. It will not come down. And the dryness and dry cough without mucus, you know that. So the people mode of transmission. The mode of transmission is very important. The person to person, from the droplets from the mouth or nose, it can spread. And surfaces, the droplets fall on the surfaces. Then again, you touch that surface, then it may contaminate to you. And recent studies saying it can transmit through the animals also. But still, there is not such evidence. But someone is saying like that also. So asymptomatic people, these are the more dangerous categories for this kind of diseases. You know that these people uh, infected with coronas, but they will not show any symptom. They could be the carrier. That is when you will be aware, you will be very much aware. The people you are speaking, you are welcoming your house at this stage, or you are making handshake. Maybe you will not show any symptom, but they might be a carrier of this diseases. You need to aware, control this kind of meeting with other people. And the good thing with that, about 80% of the people recover from these diseases without needing a special treatment. That means our body itself find an immune system to recover from this coronavirus. That's the beauty of it. And mortality rate. This mortality range actually, it's by age. Actually, this is a bad thing that it's affecting elderly people. Some studies are saying it may wipe out our complete elderly people from this generation. That is more important. And second thing, for example, if you consider the death rate, consider SARS or MERS, its mortality rate comparatively lesser than other the diseases like SARS or MERS actually. So please, please. So mortality. So there are some stage, there is some numeric data. You know that this is already world of meters. 2.87 million. It's all million. It's affected almost 200 people. It's already affected, and not even single country is away from this. Every country in the world is affected. Nowhere it is secured now. This is the bad part. And please make sure that no antibiotics do not work for this. There's until now there is no proven medicine for this. So what you have to do, protect yourself. That means this is all you know, but again we are repeating: wash your hands with an alcohol-based sanitizer, keep distance to the touch, don't touch your nose, and cover your mouth with mask, and medical attention if you have symptoms, and follow the direction of the ministries, whatever it is. So protection measures for the people that are visited in infected areas. Stay at home. We don't know what is the situation of the people, but if it is possible, stay at home. Don't go out. If you want to go out, please make sure that you have a mask. Then, and if you have any kind of difficulty in breathing or high fever, please take the attention from the medical team and be confident, active with exercise, increase your resistance power. And how to use the mask, you know already that but only one thing, you just don't catch mask like this. Please have a hole like this. These are the important and these are the source I used. There are a lot of studies I've made that these are the source I use. Everything is from the official sites. And please make sure that this is there is no medicine, only awareness. Please, even you will feel it's a very simple awareness, but make sure that you will follow this awareness every day until we compete this, we win over this corona. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Varghese, for that wonderful speech creating awareness about the current situation. This research project was apt for the theme. Ladies and gentlemen, another super fantastic news that I would love to share. Toastmaster Varghese just completed his level 1. Huge congratulations again. Wow, our club just had 3 level 1s. That is inspiring. Wow. And the thing about research speeches are you get to research a lot and you also get to state the evidence where it is from. Otherwise, who knows? People can make up things during our speeches, right? So it is very important that we do a proper research. Uh, 30 seconds for feedback for Toastmaster Varghese. Thank you. You can still give feedback to Toastmaster Varghese. Until then, I will start with the next content that we have, that is known as the triple. This is very commonly used in Toastmasters. The triple effect, right? You say something normal, then and again another thing normal, and then at the end you give a twist towards it, right? So mentioning three things, and with the third one being off topic. That is what a triple is known as. Let's dive into some examples, shall we? Everyone is on mute, I believe. So let's make it interactive. Everyone was surprised to see him. My parents, my neighbors. Now say, what would be the third thing over here that you can think of? Varghese?
My girlfriends.
Yeah, that would be surprising for everyone, right? Especially if the guy is married. Yes.
No comments.
Anyone else would like to try? Everyone was surprised to see him. My parents, my neighbors.
Everyone was surprised.
My dog.
That is random and abnormal, right? So this is where you see normal, normal, and then abnormal, or something completely opposite. It was a perfect wedding cake. Nice reception. It was a perfect wedding, white cake, nice reception. And now what can you think of that can be completely off topic over here?
Ex-lover. Receptionist.
Sri, I think you're on a roll here. Wow. Anyone, Varghese, would you like to say something, or DTM Shilpa?
Yeah, perfect wedding. Okay, tell.
Yes, Rohini. Yes, Toastmaster Rohini, please.
Perfect wedding, white cake, nice reception, ex-boyfriend or girlfriend.
that's kind of the same thing that even Sri Lakshmi was saying. You guys are on this topic.
All the women thinks in the same way, it seems.
Oh my God. Let's not go there.
And a runaway bride.
And a runaway bride. So I would have said something simple like drunken uncle, but you guys took it a little.
That has become common.
I think there's like a lot of potential over here. Whoever is there, you guys have a lot of potential to bring up your humor. So let's get into the theory behind it. One normal, second normal, and third is something abnormal, opposite, or something else, you know. So let's take an example. Do you ever wish for a fairy godmother? Now, who grants wishes? Fairy godmother in fairy tales grants wishes, right? So fairy godmother, then what is the other thing that can grant wishes? A genie. So do you ever wish for a fairy godmother? A genie. What can be the third one? Who else can grant wishes to you? Who else can make your wishes come true?
Your spouse.
Yeah, but something. I think no one is moving away from the spouse factor. So let's try something else now.
No, we should not space. We should not space spouse. We should say that husband.
Yeah, but husband.
Not wife, only husband.
So it's not abnormal. It's not something. Anyways, what I would say is, do you ever wish for a fairy godmother, a genie, or a wasta? Now, this is something abnormal and opposite, right? Something which brings in a twist, right? So this is known as the triple humor. That brings us to our final speaker. I hope you guys are entertained. There is more coming along the way. I hope you're taking down notes as well about this. Anyways, coming to our fourth and final speaker, the man who has been coordinating behind the scenes to make sure that we are achieving our educational goals. He is none other than our VP Education Toastmaster Rajesh Venugopal. Now, before I bring him, I would like his evaluator, who is the district admin manager. She's a very important person here. So I would like our district admin manager, DTM Shilpa Reddy, to read out the project objectives.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My target speaker, Toastmaster Rajesh Venugopal, is embarking on his final speech in his second part, which is strategic relationship. And that project is called as Reflect on Your Path. The purpose of this project is for the member to reflect on his or her growth during the completion of an entire path. The purpose of the speech is for the member to share some aspect of his or her growth during the completion of a path. And his speech title is Let Your Dreams Take Flight. Timer, please note, the time for his speech is 10 to 12 minutes, green card at 10, yellow at 11, and 12th minute, the red card. All the best, Toastmaster Rajesh.
Thank you, DTM Shilpa. Ladies and gentlemen, our fourth speaker, Toastmaster Rajesh Venugopal.
Thank you. Toastmaster Alan, I'd like to share my screen.
Yes, please.
Can you all see my screen?
Not yet, Rajesh.
Okay.
Would you like to share the slides with me?
Sure. Just give me one, please.
Okay. If it's going to take a minute, then we can have a voting right now until the technical glitch is over. Is that okay? There seems to be a connectivity issue from Toastmaster Rajesh Venugopal. So until that is resolved, I will, okay, wait, I can't hear you. Okay, until that is resolved, we will have 1 minute, timer please note, 1 minute for the voting.
Alan, I'm back.
You're back, can you try sharing your screen again? Okay, perfect. Okay, please note that his speech has resumed. Yes, please, Toastmaster Rajesh.
Right, like we say, let your dreams take flight. Now, I'm from the travel industry, and airlines and airports and flights, they excite me. And that's one of the reasons when it came to my speech of Reflect My Path, I thought of, why don't I take you all through my journey vis-a-vis in comparison to what happens when you take a flight. And this is one reason I actually decided to have the topic, let your dreams take flight. Now, with a show of hands, how many of you love to fly? Like, they love to take that flight. You feel good when you take the flight out. With the situations around, I know you all contain, but then will be a time when the situation becomes normal and we all will be the first people to just rush out of Kuwait. Now, there's something which happens in the flight, which is what we say in the travel industry. There are different stages. The stages are pre-departure or the groundwork. Then we have the takeoff stage. Then we have the climbing stage. Then we have a cruising stage, and then a descent, and then we land. So these are the different stages in a flight. Have you all experienced it? Right. Now, can you still see my screen?
We can't see your screen, Rajesh.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Now
Can you see my
screen? Yeah. Now we can.
Okay. So the first part for me when I took this path, strategic relationships, was the pre-departure stage. Pre-departure stage where we are holding a bag and actually waiting at the airport to take the flight. And that is a time when we prepare ourselves, to get onto the flight. Some people would like to take that bite. Some people grab a coffee. Some people are more, cautious in grabbing their water bottle. So when they get in, they have all the tools and resources ready. That's exactly what happens when you decide to take a path. You have to choose a path. You have to go to the base camp. You have to open the curriculum, and you have to understand the objectives of each and every speech. This is a norm, and which I will request you to do for each and every speeches. Now, when I started preparing myself with that back for my strategic relationship journey, the whole journey for me was of 5 levels. The whole total duration was 10 speeches, 4 electives, followed by the speech which I'm doing now, Reflect Your Path. So the groundwork was all ready, bags pepped up, I had my coffee ready. Now I need to get into my flight, and then we go on with the first stage, takeoff. Now this is sort of a very a special thing for many people. Quite scary for many of the new people, new Toastmasters. For people who have come from the traditional manual, sort of easy. It's more like you have taken that journey, but still somewhere, you have that heartbeat, that palpitation when then the flight just moves off. This is exactly what I felt in the level 1 stage. I did my icebreaker for the second time, and followed by that, there was an evaluation and a feedback speech. I had to give an evaluation, and then the speech which many of you observed today, research and presenting. Now, these were easy because I had completed 10 speeches in my traditional manual. So it was quite of an easy thing for me. We all are enjoying today. So to get used to the stage took some time. So how did that help me in my real life? Was getting used to the virtual background actually. For me, being in the industry, yes, typing emails, presentation was all fun. Book Toastmasters to a completely virtual environment where I don't have any books to refer to. All I have to do is go online every time, download my manuals, make sure I read them well. So these things what helped me during the level 1. In fact, it also helped me when I was attempting my IELTS. I managed to score a score 9 in my reading. That's probably everything which I will give to Toastmasters, because this pathways journey helps you develop feedback, research and presenting, a takeoff to the takeoff stage. The next level is where you are climbing up. This is where you see the beautiful background of the places which you left. Maybe for some people, the memories of the stages which you had before. But for me, I love this stage because I can now wait to see the clouds, anticipate what's coming up next. So level 2, that's one of the reasons for some people is sort of a monotonous stage or a boring stage, because it talks more about things which you are supposed to learn in Toastmasters. That's the leadership style in you, the cross-cultural understanding, which is a very specific path related to strategic relationship, and also Toastmasters mentoring. Now remember, the climbing stage, even though it is sort of a monotonous one, but it is the most important stage because it helps you pick speed throughout your journey. And this is why level 2 is the most important stage or a path in Toastmasters itself. It teaches you about mentors, of mentee, the importance of the beautiful relationship. It shapes your journey throughout your Toastmasters journey, basically. It also teaches you to understand the leadership style. Everyone is different. What it taught me was adapting to a style which I thought I was ready for. And this is basically what helped me in my professional life too. So level 2, climbing stage, sort of monotonous, but I enjoyed because this is something which should be given a lot of emphasis on. Now, after the climbing stage comes the cruising stage. This is a stage where you don't need to do much because the flight is on an autopilot mode. All you need to do is just enjoy the journey. Do things which you like, watching a movie, reading a book, whatever you're passionate about. And that's why in Pathways, level 3 is more about projects and speeches which connects to you, which connects to your passions. For me, the first project was making connections through networking, and then I had electives. There were 2 electives here, and I think I chose creating effective visual aids was one of the elective which I chose, and the second elective which I chose was inspire your audience. That's something which I'm very passionate about. And that is why I love this cruising stage. It helped me firm my roots in Toastmasters, get back to the core things which I am passionate about, and realize what I want throughout this relationship journey or strategic relationship journey. So this is where the cruising level helped. It was a relaxing one. It took some time than the other steps, but then it really was a very joyful and a relaxing experience for me. The next level for me was more of a descent stage. This is where I have got my roots formed up. I have known my passions. I've given my time out to the speeches which really encourage me as a speaker. But the descent stage is more about increasing your like, let's say what happens in a distant stage. The plane is moving down. You need to come down with all the momentum and energy which you have. So this is where whatever you have learned, you need to implement. Plus, Toastmaster makes it slightly difficult by giving you a specialization of your journey. Strategic relationship, the specialization was, how can I improve the public relations strategies? That was something which really helped me in building a PR website for my company. Followed by that, there were some electives. I chose the elective which was manage projects successfully, and this was the elective which I had chosen. And this really helped me descending well, because it helped me understand the journey throughout. And I love the journey because of the level 4, and it helped me prepare myself for the landing part. And what was the landing part all about is the final level 5. Level 5, where you need to talk about complete journey of your path. What did you learn, and what did you adapt? You need to use all your experiences and have a speech and one elective, and followed by the speech which I'm currently doing. So that's the landing stage. For some, it can be a rough landing, but if you have prepared yourself well, if you're experienced, it actually can be much smoother. There can be turbulences which can impact. When I say turbulences, it's basically how consistent you are. There are people who actually break down at level 4 and 5. They don't continue the journey, or they take a lot of time. So if you do it properly, consistently, that's where you have a very smooth landing, which will make you enjoy the journey completely. For me, it was all about speaking. What I did as a leader in Toastmasters, I spoke about my area director stage and also my VP education stage, which was pretty close to my heart. Then after that, there was one elective to be done where I moderated a panel discussion, which was the district webinar, and then followed by the Reflect Your Path speech, which I'm currently doing now. So this was my journey, and the reason I wanted to compare to a flight was because every one of you will have a different experience of this flight, of this dream of yours. And what's more important here is to enjoy the journey. There could be sometimes a bad pilot who would give you a lot of turbulences. Bad pilot, I mean, is the situations and circumstances around. Like example, a COVID situation now, where we all are demotivated. We are thinking a lot to give our speeches. But what's more important is we remain consistent. The more consistent we are, the more enjoyable our journey will be. And with this, I'd like to wish you all a bon voyage. Enjoy the journey of Toastmasters and take more time to finish your speeches, because the more levels you complete, more confident traveler and a speaker you would be. So I really appreciate all the support from Dream Viewers and my buddy banters from Dream Viewers. And with this, I hand over the podium back to the TMOD.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rajesh, for that wonderful journey. We have safely landed. Now it's time to come out of your airplane, where we have a bouquet and some, what is that, Ban Baja Barat waiting for you as you completed your level, your path. What is your path in strategic relationships? Congratulations, Toastmaster Rajesh. 2 paths. Wow. On your way to a DTM. Great. So everyone, you can share your comments to Toastmaster Rajesh Venugopal. You have 1 minute. And in the meantime, I'll also be launching the poll. Timer, are all the speakers qualified? Timer, are all the speakers qualified?
Hello. Hi. So out of the 4 speakers, are we voting? We're including all, right?
No, Toastmaster Rajesh is an advanced level speech,
Right.
so we are excluding
So yes, so we have, unfortunately, we have one speaker who ran out of time. That was Toastmaster Varghese. So we can vote for Toastmaster Keon and Toastmaster Sri.
Okay, thank you, Timer. So we'll be launching the poll now. You can vote between Sri Lakshmi and Keon. It's all right, Toastmaster Varghese. This is how we learn, right? Time management. Oh, this is very close. Like it's like a fight. Like Sri Lakshmi, Keon, Sri Lakshmi, Keon. Wow. Right, we have 11 out of 14 voted, excluding the 2 hosts. So that concludes our poll. One last vote, yes. Thank you, everyone. So now we will move on to the next one, to the next type of humor, the misdirection. First of all, I would like to acknowledge our president is back. He couldn't join us in the beginning, but now he is back and he is here. He missed out the puns and the similes. He would have given us some good jokes over there. But anyways, moving on to the misdirection. Telling a story or a statement and ending it in an unexpected way. Now we have a couple of champions over here. I can see Toastmaster Anwar Adam has joined us. Also Toastmaster Faria Fatima. So misdirection means a story and you are expecting the ending to be in some way, but it is completely twisted. Example, she was afraid to go out with me. I said, why? Do you think I'm a serial killer? That is really offensive. I stopped doing that months ago. Now you see the twist? You tell a story, you have a continuation, and then you twist it towards the end. So how do you use misdirection? You tell a story, you identify what the audience thinks the story is going to be, and then you flip it. Now, if you guys can unmute yourself, let's think of a story, shall we? My little brother fell on the ground. All right. Now, what is the audience going to think when my little brother fell on the floor, right? The first thing that will come to our mind is he hit the table, his nose bled all over the place, and I screamed, "Oh my God! Oh my God!" Then what? What will I say next? What would you say next? Oh my God, are you okay? That would be the normal instance. But if you're going to flip it,
you ruined the table.
Oh, yeah,
clean the floor.
I was about to say, I hope the table is fine. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you get it, Rajesh. That's exactly right. Rajesh and Alina, great job with that. So that is how we use misdirection. Sarcasm is a statement that looks normal, but when we say it, it doesn't mean it. It's quite the opposite. Now, I would like Toastmaster Anwar Adam to unmute himself and give us some examples of sarcasm. Toastmaster Anwar, are you there? Or Toastmaster Sebastian, can you give us some examples of sarcasm? Because we don't know what is sarcasm. We want to learn what is sarcasm. I don't know what is sarcasm.
Alan said sarcastically.
Exactly, that's the
what do I say, Alan?
Like for example, Oh, Sebastian, you're so early for the meeting today.
Yeah. I mean,
Can I share one?
The thing is, I've been,
I get it.
shooting my duty.
So a few examples, I'll give it to you guys. Nice perfume. Did you take a
I'm
shower
going
in
to
it?
give one. I'm going to give one. Yeah, Alan, you are too smart, and your speech is too humorous.
Ready? This is not a roast. I said sarcasm.
You should be included for your roast session.
Wow. Okay. Another few examples of sarcasm, not roast. So you failed in your exam. What a surprise. I think Toastmaster Rohini uses this a lot, right? Being a teacher. Okay, so how do we say sarcasm? You guys understood what sarcasm is, right?
Alan, so you said that I use it a lot, but let me tell you, I never use it. Is it sarcastic or ironical?
Perfect. So you guys understand what is sarcasm. It means quite the opposite. All right. Now, self-depreciation is one thing that is quite common in Toastmasters. Here, what we do is we pick fun at ourselves, because what usually we do in humorous speeches is we don't make fun. It's usually not advisable to make fun at another person, but if you make fun of yourself, that brings more humor. And stand-up comedians usually do this, and it generates more laughter as well. You can use yourself as a subject of your jokes. So, ready? Use yourself as a subject of your jokes. You can ask your wife to make the script for you. I think you'll have a winning speech right there. Now, a reference is an old punchline to a current event, and it works better if the original line was funny. We will continue more about this on the delivery part later on. At the moment, we will go right to the general evaluation as we are running a little short on time. We will have the table topics towards the end, which is more in line with the humorous workshop. All right. For this, let me call upon our general evaluator for the day, Toastmaster Sairam. Toastmaster Sai, are you here with us?
Yes, please. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, you are.
Yes,
Over to you,
yes.
Toastmaster.
More than
Yeah,
required.
once again, good evening to all of you. Now it's my turn. Before go further, to evaluate and to give the full evaluation of this meeting, let me tell you small points. The meeting was fantastic. All the speakers are really good, but I'm really disappointed with Toastmaster Rajesh. Toastmaster Rajesh, can I see you on the screen, please? Really, you disappointed me a lot. You know why? Because your words, flights, baggage, takeoff, climbing stage, landing stage, etc. Really, these words are disappointed me, because I was supposed to be in India by this week. This lockdown made me to call off all my plans. Really. Anyhow, it was a good speech. It was on lighter note. I think this mini feedback bantered you, I think so, right? Anyhow, just further, let's move on. Let me call our first evaluator, Toastmaster KL Reddy, to evaluate Toastmaster Sri. Toastmaster KL Reddy, the stage is yours. The screen is yours.
Good evening, guys. Just first of all, I would like to correct you people. So please call me KLK, not KL, please. So that it will be a full name. K Lakshmikant Reddy. So KLK Reddy. Okay. So next, let us go into the evaluation. Actually, really, to be frank, the topic is wonderful. But anyway, she has copied from me. She has taken she has taken my speech as her speech. So no comments. So it is lockdown, so I cannot do anything. So this she has done a wonderful research. She might, I feel she might added more slides with statistics like how much rainwater is wasted in area wise, and with statistics like how much water we can save with this procedure, and how economical it is. So if she might have given these points, so it might be uh, more good actually. So she might have involved more with the interaction with the audience. She has just asked, I mean, her words was just like not interacting, just she was pointing out to the audience. So she might have asked more questions to the audience to make them more involved. And she managed the time well, but she should have given more time to me. I mean, as per my knowledge, she might have given more time to the conclusion at end. So I feel that she need to focus more on to prepare this speech in 3 ways, like introduction, body, and conclusion. So she has to give a clear picture about these 3 things to the audience. So just she was like writing an essay. It was continuously she was speaking, but it was understandable even though. So she might have made separate paras, like giving a between some gaps so that audience can connect it to more. And introduction also, I mean, she has not given any introduction, like she just gone directly to the topic. She didn't even wish to the people and she didn't said anything, just she jumped into the topic. So before that, I wish she might have given in introduction more elaboration on what she's going to give a speech. So even though it was a wonderful speech, so I hope you guys can understand my situation. I'm with her and I am unable to express the exact feelings. I feel shamed that you guys are not able to see my expressions and my activities. So thanks for giving this opportunity. over, over to Tiambodi Ellen.
Thank you, Toastmaster KLK Reddy. Yeah. Now let me call our second evaluator, Toastmaster Shiraz, to evaluate Toastmaster Keon. Toastmaster Shiraz, the screen is yours.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Toastmaster Keon, can't you ask your yogi to get rid of this COVID-19, so we can go out not like rats? Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. My target speaker, Keon, he started his speech and he structured his speech very nicely. He started with a quote and he structured it in a very nice way so that we can connect to him, connect to the story, and we can understand it in a very easy way. He started with a quote, then he told a story, very nice story, cat and rats, cats, dogs, lions, and yogi. His structure was that, and thereafter he connected to Himalayas. After the story, he just connected to Himalayas in a nice step-by-step way. In his speech, I noticed that if he had used in a dramatic way, like he was in a sitting mode, if he is in a standing mode, and he could have done in a more dramatic way. But however, he has organized his speech in a nice manner so that we audience can connect with him in a good way. His vocal variety was very nice, very good and clear. I feel that he was looking at the screen. Rather, if he has looked at the camera, it would have been more connected to us. His hand gestures. I remember when he was saying to the cat, yogi, the cat was telling to the yogi, please make me a dog. He was making like this, begging. So it was a nice hand gesture. And of course, when the cat was turned into dog, the cat was made into dog, make more rougher. So his hand gestures, he used it in a nice manner. In the next speech, I would like him to improve, bring it to his next speech. The more audience, more connected to the audience. I'm sure that if he consult with his mentor, he will get more idea about how to connect with audience. With that, I wish him all the very best, and I would like to see his future speeches as well. Thank you very much. Over to you, team, your general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shiraz, for the wonderful evaluation. I request Toastmaster Sanjana to evaluate Toastmaster Varghese. Toastmaster Sanjana, the screen is yours.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. Good evening again, my fellow Toastmasters and my target speaker, Varghese. Your topic is a really timely topic, and I completely empathize with you. The awareness on COVID-19. This is really relevant for now, and you researched well, you organized well, and you pointed out all the small points, which really I don't know, and I don't know about other people. You acknowledge us with those points. So thank you very much, Toastmaster Varghese, for those points. But there is always scope to enhance your speech, to improve your vocal variety, and the relevant topics should be, you should be implement on those things which you find it difficult. Yes, you start in a very proper way. I like it. But I feel if you connected with those points, if you are connected with the very small things that you can narrate in your speech, that how we can avoid all these things and how we can do the small things, like what we should drink, what we have to do, what we should avoid, for all these things, it will be really meaningful. It will organize your speech in a well storytelling like that. So I find it a good search, and I found it a good presentation, like your slides and all. I really like it. And even all people see the how small things you narrate very easily. So my points to recommendation on your speech is, you should implement your speech would be implemented with the small things that you can do something like, yes, yeah, we have to do at our home, like we have to drink hot water. It is very important. This is a basic point to avoid the COVID-19. And we have very good fruits, and we have to work on our good this vitamin and all, everything which is we have to eat. And secondly, I want it that you could give some pauses so that we can understand all your lines. what you are want to do, describe it. You really want to describe it. And at the last, your conclusion is like, just where you start the points, the conclusion is like you ended with so many points. So I want to summarize. Just work on your vocal variety, just give pauses, and it's you speak with your relate to the body. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanjana, for the wonderful evaluation.
Thank you.
Now, let me call the final evaluator of this prepared speech section. She is the Green Queen in Kuwait. And she is the best mentor for most of the Toastmasters in Kuwait and as well as global as well. You can find her anywhere and on any topic like Toastmasters, greenery things, and sharing the Toastmasters speeches or any kind of news. So let me welcome DTM Shilpa to evaluate Toastmaster Rajesh.
Thank you, GE Toastmaster Sairam. Good evening, everyone, and a special good evening to my target speaker, Toastmaster Rajesh. The minute I saw your title, Let Your Dreams Take Flight, I thought you're going to vent out your frustrations being in travel industry, especially in this crisis. But hats off to your creativity for comparing your profession and your Pathways program. Taking us in a virtual flight journey of Pathways with no ticket, that too for 11 minutes. I have to appreciate you the way you have actually described the stages of our journey. Takeoff stage, well, that's where any new member will start the Pathways journey, level 1, and you explained what all there in level 1, and it went on to the climbing stage, level 2, and the cruising stage, level 3, then the descent stage, level 4. Just like you, even my most favorite level in Pathways is level 4. Especially I used to finish that and get back to level 2. And the landing stage, level 5, where we are able to see Toastmaster Rajesh, who have safely landed with this project. Reflect on your path. Congratulations on finishing your path. Well, being an advanced speaker, I would like to tell you which areas you can improve on. Number 1, being an online meeting, please see that there are no technical glitches, especially in the opening. Number 2, see, in the evaluation sheet, there are 2 sections which is asking you for awareness of audience needs. What the audience are expecting from you since you have completed and you are far beyond the new or the aspiring Toastmasters. For people who are in level 1, they wanted to know or they wanted to ask you questions. So how can they ask you questions? Unless you ask them, do you think they can react to your questions? No way. So what I would like to tell you is you should have bantered a bit with the audience by asking who all hate level 1. Well, I hate level 1 or I hate level 2. And the second thing is you should have engaged audience, like asking few more questions. As a Toastmaster, you know that's the best way of engaging. The minute you ask a question, 1 or 2 will definitely answer. And the third one, you should have spoken a bit about your leadership journey during this path. For example, few of them know you as a VP8, especially Dreamweavers, and few know you as an area director, and very few know you as a district logistics manager. You should have covered all these 3 levels of leadership when you did this path. To summarize, it was an excellent speech. Being in the travel industry, you did explain it very well. Just work on engaging the audience and try to avoid technical glitches. Plus, your leadership journey will be a motivation for aspiring Toastmasters. Over to you, GE.
Thank you, DTM Shilpa. Really, it was a very nice and very well structured technically. Your very structured evaluation. It was so technical. Now, let me call, as I said in the earlier, I'm having another team of evaluators. First, let me call our grammarian, Toastmaster Rohini. Toastmaster Rohini, the screen is yours now. Toastmaster Rohini, we are not able to hear you. Could you please check your
I
mic?
unmute. I
Yeah.
think.
No.
It says muted by the, okay. Can you hear me
Yeah,
now?
now we can, yes. Please go ahead.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much. Good evening once again, Toastmasters and my dear guests. So it was an excellent meeting and still going on. I had the pleasure to join you even though at the last moment. Wonderful speeches, and my work today is to go and listen to all the meetings and also pick up all the good words you have used and the suggestions for where you can change or you can avoid using such words. So let me start with the first speech given by Sri Lakshmi. So it was a good topic and there were a lot of good words used like utilization, barren land, and Bungru magic. So I wanted to know more about it, and also many other geopenetrating, geophysical, a lot of words. Of course, you need a lot of research about it. My only suggestion is rather than using benefitable, you can use beneficial. And besides surroundings, you can say surroundings, your surroundings are places that are around you. Coming to Kayan, contemplating itself, when he started with that, and mystic, yogi, and all the other things have been already told by the evaluators. I noted one thing: mouses. Normally, we don't use the plural is mice. Mouses is acceptable when you use the mouse of the computers. So I don't know. So that is what actually, according to the grammatical usage. At the third one, coming to the third speech, lot of good words again. Once again, it was pandemic, epidemic, contaminate, asymptomatic, mortality. So there I noticed only one. Be confidence was it? Be confident. This is the only thing. Rajesh was, of course, I've got a lot of words noted down here. Resources, palpitation, anticipate, monotonous, passionate, implement, goes on and on. So specialization, and he ended with the bon voyage. He took us through a journey and he dropped us. Rajesh, only one thing I say: turbulences. I do not know. Turbulence is the word I find here. Anyway, sometimes we do not know that. Maybe there are new usages. I came across this turbulences, so turbulence will be better. But anyway, sometimes you can also suggest me if I am wrong. The evaluators, also all the evaluators use good, but one word I found was more good was used by one of the evaluators. It will be better. Better is a comparative degree. Then she could have asked more questions. And audible, all of you were audible. The relevant, these usages, these were there. And small things. It becomes redundant. You can say even the minor things which we feel insignificant are very important right now. So that you can do that. And coming to the word of the day, banter, the word of the day was used twice, once by DTM Shilpa and another time by General Evaluator Sriram. Over to you. Thank you so much. GA, over to you.
Yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster Rohini.
Thank you.
It's really a very well explained, very well elaborated report. Now, I request our next role player, Toastmaster Shyam, our counter. Toastmaster Shyam, the screen is yours now.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Before giving the report, I just wanted to say that I thoroughly enjoyed the speeches, excellent speeches. Thank you so much. And coming to the report, TM Keon we mentioned 2 O's, and there was one long pause. TM3, 2 O's, and there are 2 repeated words. TM Varghese, there are 2 O's and 2 filler words, 2 long pauses. TM Rajesh, there are 2 ums, and TM Shiraj, there are 3 O's. TM KLK Reddy, there are 3 O's. Toastmaster Sanjana, there are 2 O's. Yeah, this is the report. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sham. It was a really nice report. Actually, I request you to give me the ahs, which are used by me. Anyhow, thank you for the detailed report. Now I request Toastmaster Elena, timer, or the all evaluators are qualified.
Hello. Yeah, so
Yes,
we
Elena,
have
go ahead.
the 4 evaluators, and we have the grammarian. These are the ones we're voting for, right?
Yes.
Our counter is not included.
No.
Yeah, so all are qualified.
Yeah, thank you.
Grammarian also eligible for voting?
Yes, grammarian is also included, and we will launch the poll. Right?
All right.
Yeah, here is the polling.
That ends the polling. Everyone has voted. Yes, it's complete now. Everyone has voted. Toastmaster Sairam, you can take it.
Yeah. Yes, please. Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Yes, please. As far as the meeting is concerned, yes, it was really fantastic and really great to be a part of today's meeting. Let me give you the small checklist to tell you the complete evaluation of of our meeting. First of all, agenda. In the agenda, there was nothing was mentioned about the grammarian. It was the last moment announcement. Number 2, word of the day was not mentioned. So please take care about these 2 points. And I request either Sergeant at Arms or the President, please keep either the Toastmaster International logo or the club's banner as a virtual background, since it is a online meeting, just to show that we are conducting a Toastmaster meeting. All speakers and the role players, please make yourself ready with your audio and video inputs so that everyone can see you well while you are on the screen. Still, even though there are some technical glitches, it was really fantastic to reallocate the timer at the last moment. It's a great job done by our Sergeant at Arms. Overall, the meeting was so good. That's it. Since it is a Online meeting, yes, it's very hard to take the part of online meeting and to maintain a momentum when you are giving the speech, because some people may look into the screen, some people may look into the camera. So it may give some kind of a disturbance to watch you and as well as listen to you. Overall, since it's a 12th meeting for the dream viewers, really a fantastic job done by the XCOM and as well as the club members. And first of all, let me congratulate all the role players who have speakers who have completed their level 1 in their respective pathways. And now let me call Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Ellen, to proceed further to announce the winners.
Thank you, General
Over to you,
Evaluator.
Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for your gracious report.
Thank you so
Yes,
much.
as we are running out of time, yes, I will conclude my thing after the awards. I would like to, where is our president? Did he go away? Oh, there he is. I would like to invite our president, Toastmaster Sebastian Narona, on stage to announce the winner. VP Education Toastmaster Rajesh, is this okay? You have the list, right?
Yes, I have the list. Yeah, I'll just share it with you in a bit.
Okay.
You carry on with the president address.
Okay, so can we have a few words from the president, Toastmaster Sebastian Narona, for awarding the best speaker and the best evaluator too?
First of all, I would like to begin by saying I'm sorry for having not been able to, join you since the beginning of the meeting. I had a few domestic things that I needed to take care of. I would like to start off with a quick address and an acknowledgement to what I got to know now while I was, the way I gathered facts over a period of time over the last 15-20 minutes. This was the 12th meeting of the Dreamweavers Toastmasters since the inception of the club, and the 4th virtual meeting. Since it's the 12th meeting, so we can now officially say, oh, we've had dozen meetings finally. So yeah, so that's the landmark. That's a benchmark we've achieved today. Moving ahead, I would also like to acknowledge gratitude towards our mentor club, that is the Desert Pioneers. Today's meeting, I believe, was successful, majorly because of the support that we received from them. I have been informed that we had, let me see, I'll just quickly, just give me one. Yeah, so we've had Toastmaster Sham, who played our counter, Toastmaster Sanjana, who Toastmaster Shiraz, and Toastmaster Sairam, who were the speech evaluators, and Toastmaster Adina, who played the crucial role of the timer. Well, we have, one second, and we also had Toastmaster Rohini and Toastmaster Shilpa with us. Toastmaster Shilpa, the thing is, there is a special bond that I share with Toastmaster Shilpa, she being the first person from Toastmasters in Kuwait that I had contacted. I'm sure Toastmaster Shilpa would remember this, right?
Oh, I remember. And I'm going to charge DPTM for that.
Yeah, so yes, so thank you for gracing us with your presence, Toastmaster Shilpa. And yes, so coming back to my gratitude to the Desert Pioneers, we are eternally grateful to the support that we constantly receive from them throughout. Coming to the announcement of the awards of today's meeting, it's the same which Alan, which you shared on the on the okay. I don't know how we can give drum rolls, but yes, just think of a drum roll in your mind, and while I announce the name of the best speaker, and the best speaker for today in the prepared speeches segment goes to Toastmaster Keon.
Congratulations, Keon.
Mr. Keon, you there?
Yes, he's here. You need to unmute yourself.
Congratulations,
Thank you.
Toastmaster Keon.
Thank you for voting for me.
You're most welcome. And moving ahead to the best evaluator. Again, drum rolls. And we have the best evaluator for the evening, Toastmaster Shilpa.
Well, this is my first online evaluation. I was very hesitant to take up evaluation, especially in online meetings. Thank you, Dreamweavers, for this opportunity.
You're most welcome, Toastmaster Shilpa. And as far as the business of the club is concerned, I think the best person that would be able to share with us the current status, the fee status and membership status, the best person to do that, none other than our VP Education, Toastmaster Rajesh Venugopal.
Thank you, President. However, now I will also like to invite our treasurer, Toastmaster Varghese, to be on the call. Toastmaster Varghese, you've done a wonderful job in renewing the members. So can you just give us a quick status on how many renewed for till date?
Until now, we renewed 8%, and we are waiting for 3 more members. And we need clarification from Toastmaster Alan whether he is renewing with us or no. These are the situation now. 8 members we already renewed.
Right. Perfect. Okay. So we have 8 members renewed, and then another 5 members have expressed interest. However, they are yet to pay. So there is a small negotiation going on if someone can cover on behalf of them. So that's the situation there. So we have 13 who have confirmed. The rest of the members, we are in talks, and they should.
Let us know who are interested and renew their subscription. We may take care of that part, but let me know whether they are fully interested or no. So if it is interested fully, yes, we will renew their subscription. No issue.
Noted. Noted. Thank you, Toastmaster Varghese.
Thank you.
And also, Toastmaster Sebastian, in terms of the educational awards, if I may add, with today's 4 speeches, we have 5 level 1s now, and that's wonderful because our dashboard will now jump to 5 points from what I know. So that's really good. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Toastmaster Rajesh, for sharing with us the current status of the club. And though I missed the humorous workshop that Toastmaster Alan had, so thoroughly put together, I'm sure he did a good job, and not in a sarcastic way. And yes, I hope all of us who attended the meeting can take away something from this and understand how to structure, how to design a humorous speech whenever the opportunity strikes. And with that, I would like to hand over the virtual podium back to the Toastmaster of the day to conclude the day's business.
Thank you, Sebastian. Thank you for handing over. I didn't expect you to conduct the business session right now, but okay, all right. So should we proceed with the meeting? I know we are running behind time, so whoever would like to leave can also leave. But I would just like to have 5 more minutes if that is okay, because I will not be concentrating on the delivery side of it, more about how we can add whatever we learned till now. I would like you guys to know where exactly you need to add your humor. Now, if you look at this screen that I'm sharing right now, the younger generation usually like physical and impressions. Like say physical in the sense like if you see Charlie Chaplin or Mr. Bean, for example, if you like those kind of that kind of a genre, it runs well with the younger generation. But with young adults, usually exaggerations, similes, impressions, and with adults, dark humor, sarcasm, similes. These are the things that usually work. So I would like you guys to do one small activity. All right. This activity is, which is the top 3 humorous style that you find the most funniest? I'll give you guys 10 seconds. Just select the top 10. You guys are with me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You will be having the top 3, right? If anyone has any doubts, they can reach out to me. They can speak right now.
You will give the options, or we have it to select?
What I'm showing in the screen right now are the options. There's physical impressions, exaggerations, similes, whatever we had discussed previously. All those. Now select those top 3. Now 30 seconds, 10 seconds are up. So I'm going to go ahead with the next activity. Rajesh, just to be clear, can you tell what your top 3 are?
Sure.
Yeah.
My top 3 would be misdirection. I'm a big fan of that.
Okay.
Sarcasm and physical in some stages.
Physical. Okay, you like being physical. All right, that's nice.
Yeah.
I like that. Now what I want you to do next is, when was the last time you did something that made others laugh? Can you tell me that, Rajesh? When was the last time you did something that made others laugh?
I doubt because I've never attempted a humorous style speech till date.
It's
So
not humorous style, not speech. I'm just talking about something that you generally did.
Okay, so then in this case, I would just say every day because I do that with Rua. So that's the only style I know. That's completely physical.
Okay, so about this person, Rua, you can actually have a speech implementing these 3 techniques that we talked about too. Because your speech should consist of this first 2 questions that I had asked, incorporating with your last incident and the top 3 styles of yours. Because not everyone likes, I mean, for some people, puns may not work. For some people, physical may not work. It's all about you identifying what type of style you want to do. You need to pay attention to your own humorous style, right? And look for ways to include your own humor in your speeches. Now, if you are really great with sarcasm, keep doing that. But if you're doing puns in between, sometimes it may not really click. So try out these techniques whenever you're having a conversation with your friends as well, and watch some professionals who have the same type of humor that we just mentioned about. You can look at, if you're looking at topical humors like the Tonight Show, or if you're a big stand-up comedy fan, if you're an Indian stand-up comedy fan, I think there's Kannan Gill right now on Netflix. You can check that out also. I think many will agree. I don't know. They say that. I mean, I'm a big fan of his comedy, so I would mostly try to incorporate whatever he's trying to do. And pay attention to your timing, body language, and the voice modulation as you do your speeches as well. Now, with that being said, that concludes my session as the Toastmaster of the day. If anyone is free, we can have table topics also towards the end where we can try out these humors. With that being said, that concludes my segment. Over to the president, Toastmaster Sebastian.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Alan. And whatever little I got from your whatever you had put together, yes, I would like to add the top 3 for me would have been sarcasm, dark humor, and what was that? There was one other thing. Anyway, this was at least the top 2: sarcasm and dark humor. And yeah, it was, I'm sure, a very informative meeting, and I hope everyone, like I said earlier, takes away something from this. I don't know. Is there someone who would like to try out? Did you have some table topics or something structured?
We do
Anything?
have table topics, but I thought after we conclude the meeting, we can try that out because it's already
I
late.
don't know. Whoever wants to
Yeah, we are
participate could
outside.
do that.
Yeah. So let's
don't know.
conclude the meeting and then we'll look at that.
All right, sure. So with that being said, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you all the guests from the other clubs, especially the Desert Pioneers Toastmaster, Aura, and everyone for supporting us. I can see more of guests than members today. And that's considering the situation that we are in now. And again, before I forget, Ramadan Kareem to everyone, and hope all my Muslim brothers and sisters have a very fruitful and blessed Ramadan season, culminating in the Eid. And hope we all, at least hopefully by Eid, we come out of this tragedy that we are all facing together and stronger. With that being said, I would like to adjourn today's meeting. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all of you.
Thank you all. Thank you, Alan.
Thank
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Alan. Thank you.
All right, guys.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right.
Guys,
When
see
you
you.
want tabletop, you can still
Stay
play.
home, stay safe.
Rajesh, you want to play?
I don't mind.
All right.
But, oh, yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll stop the recording and then we just do a small practice.